Hello everyone, welcome to our second Python tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to be discussing all about variables. So what are variables in Python? Simply put, variables in any form of programming, not just Python, and you can also say mathematics, represents a container that stores data values. And unlike other programming languages, Python has no command for declaring a variable. So let me go ahead and show you guys what a variable looks like in Python. Right. So here you see I've written out two variables. We'll call them name and age, right? And they're storing this data, 15, right? And it's also containing my name. So what exactly are these values? This is an integer value and this is a string value. And there are going to be 5 main data types that we work with when we work with variables in Python programming. And that's going to be strings, characters, integers, floats, and booleans. And we're working with 2 of them right here, right? Integers are just like literal numbers, and then strings represent words or phrases. Characters are just the singular letters or numbers, and floats represent more precise numbers, such as like 15.97. That would ultimately make it a float. And booleans represent that true or false scenario. So right here is a simple program. Let me go ahead and run it so you guys see what it can do. And right now it says, hello, my name is Abiram and I am 15 years old. So that was a really simple program, and I hope you guys understood a little bit of what variables are. And as we continue learning, you'll understand more and more of what variables are and what they can do and what their limits and their potential is. So before we end today's tutorial, I'm going to give you guys a little challenge program, and I'll also solve it right before we end. And this challenge program is a temperature converter. So let me go ahead and define this challenge for you. Right, so I've defined a quick challenge, and all you're supposed to do in this is, using a given Fahrenheit value, all we're going to do is convert it to Celsius. So I've given you guys the information as to how to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and I do recommend that you pause the video and go try this out. Okay, so let's go ahead and I will quickly go ahead and show you guys how exactly to write this program. Right, so I've written out the program for you guys. Hopefully your program looks similar to this, right? And you can see right here I've defined my Fahrenheit temperature variable, and I've defined it as a float. And right here I'm printing out the temperature in Fahrenheit and printing out our variable. Next, the conversion part occurs right here where I have my Celsius temperature, and using the information given, I'm simply saying my Fahrenheit temperature minus 32 degrees of Fahrenheit should be, and dividing it by the whole by 1.8 should give us the temperature in Celsius. So right now it's at 0, so that should go ahead and be minus 17.78 degrees. So I recommend you guys go ahead and test this out with a actual converter. I might do that right now. Right, so I've tested it out, and right now you can see with 0 Fahrenheit it does convert to our value minus 17.778 degrees. So I hope through this challenge you guys got a deeper understanding as to what variables are. Once again, with variables, it's important to understand that variable names generally should start with a letter or an underscore character, right? They have to start with either a letter or an underscore character, and that's usually going to be a letter that's in lowercase. And it's also important to understand that they can't start with numbers, right? If I try to start with a 7 or an 8, 78, it does return an error, as it does not like having numbers as variable names. And it's also important to understand that variables are case sensitive. So if I come back to this earlier program and I have age lowercase and I call this age in uppercase, it is going to recognize these as 2 different variables. So they are case sensitive. That's very important to understand. So I hope this information has helped all of you guys, and it's important to review this constantly and practice your skills. I'm sure there are tons of challenges online utilizing variables, so I recommend you guys to check that out. And this program, I will link it into the description, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial.